Okay, here we go. Diminished based shred idea in the style of Shawn Lane. I'll tell you first of all how I built up this lick, and then I'll show you the actual lick. It's actually based on a diminished idea. I'm actually in half step tuning down in E flat standard. The idea of this lick is built on a diminished idea, so a basic diminished scale. But instead of playing the full diminished scale, instead of doing that skip, because there's a skip of 2 frets where you have to do the shape, but instead of doing that, I'm doing one fret at a time. So, and that sounds quite different, but on its own, that's nothing much. And so what we decide to do is we decide to add a third note into the mix. So. But that sounds fine on its own, but when you play it fast it sounds completely different, you know. That sort of idea, it sounds really quite exotic and quite strange in a lot of ways. But still, if that's not exciting enough, what we've done is we've combined 2 of these scales of sorts, and we've put 2 scales that are directly next to each other, and then played the shape on each string for both scale shapes, and then moving it down the fretboard so it goes. When fast, it sounds something like. And then there's also the definition between playing it with pick or playing it with legato. When you play it with legato, it sounds completely different to the way you play it pick, because you can get more of a definition of the notes when you pick. And it also helps that if we pick all the notes, because then we can get that sort of idea of 3 notes per string, and in an economy picking sort of style, which makes a lot of sense. You know, sort of, if we play it with legato, it's kind of like. Each shape seems to trail off a tad, but when you pick it, it's all very defined and very. It doesn't have to be a gap necessarily of 1 fret. Or, for something even more interesting, we can take this same idea and we can change which direction we're going in. We're still going, this is still a descending scale, but we go in a more chromatic pattern, so. Or we can try the same thing again. Or back to your original shape. And that's it.